innovation, resilience, agility. It's how Michigan businesses work together and continue to build the future. Our expertise, talented workforce, and collaborative environment are making a difference now and shaping the future. Join us and make your mark where it matters. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio to put your plans in motion. That's michiganbusiness.org/radio.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases, even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. On Saturday, October 27th, it's back. Bourbon and Bacon Fest headed to the South End. Tacoma, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah. So
get your pork.
If you're like Steve and you're a Puyallup king or queen, you want to get over there and get your pork.
It's a lot easier commute than driving all the way to Seattle, I tell you. I tell you, kids.
Hey, kids. That's why
gas ain't cheap.
No, it ain't. That's why Bourbon and Bacon Fest being in Tacoma is awesome. Tacoma Armory, to be more specific. And you can join us during the day, join us at night, or for both sessions. And you can enjoy all the great distilleries that are bringing their stuff. They're coming from all over the country. Plus all of the cool restaurants here that are going to be bringing their bacon treats. Pork, bourbon, what else do you need? Tickets is what you need. You can get those at KISW.com. Bourbon and Bacon Fest, benefiting our friends at Treehouse.
Let's play B-Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Migs, you're a loser. It is time to be big.
Yeah. But it's also time to turn down for Thursday.
Charge out for what?
Turn down. Friday Junior. Get in that mood.
Yeah, it's good, man. I feel good about it.
Do ya?
It's supposed to be a decent weekend, too, man. We're supposed to have dry weather, some sunshine popping out.
Really?
Yeah, nice.
Looks like hell right now.
Well,
it is Fogtober, as I keep seeing on the news.
Yeah.
Are they calling it that?
Yes,
it's Fogtober. Oh, sure, why not?
It's Fogtober.
Are you shocked when we have, like, snowpocalypse?
Yeah.
See, I like those. But, like, fog we get all the time. Snow not all the time, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we get fog this time every year. Why not call it Fogtober?
All right, well, fine. Fogtober it is.
It is.
Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Kristen in Polsbo. Kristen, are you there?
I am.
Excellent. What is she playing for today, Steve?
I'm playing for a pair of tickets to check out Cypress Hill. They're going to be at the Showbox Sodo
Nice.
on March 19th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. And if you're going, be sure to toke up and get your tickets at AXS.com.
All right, Steve.
Speaking of Fogtober,
Right? Get out of here. For those playing at home, Kristen will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Kristen, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
What woman became an icon of the civil rights movement by refusing to give up her seat on a Montgomery, Alabama bus?
Rosa Parks.
Yes. What kind of shark is in the movie Jaws?
Great White.
Yes. What is the outermost layer of the skin called?
Epidermis.
Yes. Frankie Muniz played what role on Malcolm in the Middle?
Malcolm.
Yes. Iron Man's suit is powered by a reactor located where on the body?
On his chest.
Yes. What animal is represented with the zodiac sign Leo?
Lion.
Yes. Which is the second most populated city in Washington?
Tacoma?
No.
Seattle?
No.
Olympia?
No. At room temperature, what color is sulfur in its natural state?
Yellow.
Yes. In what decade was the movie Alien released?
80s.
No.
70s.
Yes. The Rio Grande River flows into what body of water?
Gulf of Mexico.
Yes, and Kristen, you get 9 out of 10. That's a really good one there.
That's a thing.
And unless Steve is perfect, you're going to go to Cypress Hill, which would be fantastic.
There's no perfect Chiefs.
Oh, I agree with that.
Oh, I'll see how it works out, though.
I'm with her, man.
Steve has surprised me this morning, knowing about the whole Nightwing thing.
Nightwing.
They are surprising.
Are you ready, Steve?
Yes.
What woman became an icon of the civil rights movement by refusing to give up her seat?
Rosa Parks.
Yes. What kind of shark is in the movie Jaws?
Great white.
Yes. What is the outermost layer of the skin called?
The skin.
No.
Dermal.
No.
Epidermal.
No. Frankie Muniz.
Epidermis?
Yes.
Son of a... You're so good.
Frankie Muniz played what role on Malcolm in the Middle?
I'll never get this.
Malcolm.
Yes.
Oh, I guess you will.
Iron Man's suit is powered by a reactor located where on his body?
Chest.
Yes. What animal is represented with the zodiac sign Leo?
A lion.
Yes. Which is the second most populated city in Washington?
That would be Spokane.
Yes.
Nice.
At room temperature, what color is sulfur in its natural state?
Blue.
No.
Red.
No.
Orange.
No.
Gold.
No. Green. No. In what decade was the movie Alien released?
That would be the 80s.
No.
70s.
Yes. The Rio Grande River flows into what body of water?
The Rio de Janeiro?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, the Rio de Janeiro.
No. Steve, you lose 9-7.
Yeah!
You deserve to lose
Congratulations,
on that one.
Kristen. Yeah, and of course, Steve, I get this.
I love Kristen. She's singing along too. I noticed.
What kind of dog do you have?
German Shepherd.
Nice.
He's playing outside the car.
Nice.
He's singing along.
What's his name?
Max. Two X's.
Good old
Sometimes
Max.
three.
Oh, you should get one named TJ, and then you can have buddies. TJ Maxx.
Oh,
See that?
jeez.
Thank you.
Wow.
Kind of
That's it.
funny.
Kind of funny. You're right there, Kristen.
Hang on the line, Kristen. You are a winner, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
You figured out.
freaking out.
I know. You figured out epidermis.
Yeah.
So
Good
congratulations
job, buddy.
on figuring it out
I
late.
still think skin is fair enough of an answer.
No.
It's really not.
The room temperature sulfur is yellow. Kristen got that one correct.
Yeah.
And then the Rio Grande River flows into the Gulf of Mexico.
The Rio de Janeiro. I'm sorry.
Well, he's de Janeiro.
Yeah, De Janeiro.
that's right.
Come on, he got it right at
I
least.
said it right.
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Is that right?
No.
Well, I'm not Portuguese, but in Spanish it's Rio de Janeiro.
Oh,
She
well.
said Rio de Janeiro.
But
Yeah.
I'm not Portuguese, so
You sound natural. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations to Kristen on beating Steve this morning.
That's how it goes. If you tie or beat Steve, you get the prize just like that. All right. What?
I meant to give a shout out to somebody.
Give somebody a shout. Do it.
So Liz on Twitter says, I'm about to drive my littles to school, and I was wondering if you guys could say hi to me this morning. Hi, Liz.
Hey, Littles.
Give it out a shout.
Very nice. Unfortunately,
Great day.
you disappointed those kids' hearts and didn't win for them.
Unless they're more of a fan of Kristen.
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, a lot of people called in and said, we really like Kristen. Can she get the win today?
Or they like German Shepherds.
A lot of German Shepherds out there. A lot of Maxes also called in. Mm-hmm. Got a new dating term for you. Are you ready, Vicky?
yes.
Here we go.
I don't need to know it.
Yeah. You don't need. Well, you never know.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
Here we go.
great.
Newest dating term for you is called sneeding. Because yesterday we talked about cuffing.
Yeah, cuffing.
yeah. Cuffing season.
Oh, see, Vicky, of course Vicky knows about this.
Well, like apparently it's like an East Coast thing because there was a gal that used to work here from the East Coast and she said it was like that was the thing.
I'm from the East Coast. I don't know anything about cuffing.
I don't know, but
You haven't been on the East Coast for about 100
20
years. Yeah, Jesus.
Well, give or take 80, BJ.
Come on.
currently taking applications for my cuffing partner this season.
Yeah.
So what do you? Okay, how do you define cuffing?
Cuffing, well, when she said cuffing season, it's, the wintry, cold season where you find somebody to kind of, take the place so you don't have to go find a bunch of other dudes. and you do all the coupley stuff, like, lounge around the house in pajamas and Netflix.
Cuddle buddy.
And a cuddle buddy.
Do you have sex?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that was the question.
Yeah.
Whether or not sex was involved.
It would be so disappointing if sex wasn't involved for the dude, because you're giving her everything and you're getting nothing.
Unless he has erectile problems, then it's...
Oh, then I guess that's
no
a
pressure.
Yeah, that's perfect for somebody who doesn't want to have sex. You're right.
I mean, and sometimes you just you want that, that connection. You want the cuddling. Who doesn't like to be the little spoon?
At some point, though, I would think there would be a success story where you go, why, he or she did it so well, you're like, why don't I make this permanent?
Yeah, I keep asking
probably.
Danny to be his little spoon. He keeps turning me down. It's very rude.
Yeah, Danny, what the hell?
I just, cuddling's not for me. Clearly. Granted, we were at the gym when I'm asking.
It was, yeah. It was
That's the cuddle place. That's the Cuff Master USA.
Yeah,
right?
the other guys were kind of a little weirded out by it.
Listen, being the little spoon makes you feel so safe and warm.
Little spoon.
All right, what's sneeze? Was it
So
sneezing?
Kneading?
No, not eating. The two of you, really. It's sneeting.
Sneeting.
This is when
Like
a woman
Pokemon.
she goes on a date with a guy just to get free meals. So she's like sneakily eating on their dime.
Oh, I thought that was just called dating.
That's a jerk
really.
move. I've heard of people doing this.
So they really never have any intention at all. I guess in a way, cuffing, you have no intention of making it permanent with the person, but you just want to make believe it's permanent.
But they're both on the same page with the cuffing.
I hope they are. I feel like somebody's not on the page. Somebody wants more than the other one.
Bang buddies with extra benefits.
I feel like somebody might want more, but they also are they get that that's the what's being put out on there. They understand what's going on.
Yeah, I cuffed my wife for the longest time because I was like, yeah, whatever you want to call it, because I was always wanting more and figured if I just kept at it, she'd say yes forever.
But it sounds like in this situation, they're probably not saying, hey, look, I'm just going on a date with you because I want a free meal, because probably you're not going to get that date.
Swiping on Tinder and just saying, hey, you want to meet up tonight, getting your free meal and leaving.
Yeah.
Man.
I think that's a jerk move.
There is one little aspect that makes this sneaky eating, this sneating, a little better than just, I guess being unethical. According to the woman who coined the term, she won't do it with guys, quote, who I don't think can afford to pay. So you see, you won't sneak with just anybody. You got to make sure it's guys that can make it happen.
They're gold sneeters.
They're gold sneeters, yeah. So that's a little different at least. At least they're not taking advantage of somebody who's really living check to check and they're willing to pay for you thinking there may be something more, like a relationship.
So this is like a little bit of a step past what you kind of experience a lot of times in bars. Not every woman is like this, but I know a lot of chicks that will purposely be super flirty with somebody just so they can get free drinks for them and their girlfriend.
Exactly.
With no intentions of anything else.
Yeah.
This is just going a little bit further.
That has happened where you get that, they're really into you, and then they give you that nice goodbye once they get their drinks, and I'm like, oh, so that was that. I just paid for a bunch of drinks for people, and that was it.
On the other end of it, though, I had a guy once, I was just chatting him up where I'm about to leave, and he's like, oh, can I buy you a drink? I'm like, no, because I wasn't into him, and I did want him to think I was. I'm like, no, you know what? I'm good, thank you, though. And he's like insisting, and he buys me a drink, and he's like, okay, well, can I get your number now? It's like, I didn't want the drink because I knew you'd ask me this. I don't want to give you my number.
Right. You're just opening up a door.
Yeah. And it's just like, no, I was trying to be cool and not waste your money.
You should have gone sneaking.
Oh, no, what I ended up doing was like, oh, give me your number. I didn't put it in my phone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know.
I wish we could just go, hey, look, I want to bang you. What do you think? You want a drink?
No.
I mean, seriously, especially now, I don't know what I would do if I were dating now, because the last thing I want to do is do something that somebody doesn't want me to do. But then again, I don't know what signals to read or whatever. So I think I would just go, I think I'd rather be direct and go, hey, listen, I'm interested in you. Are you interested in me? And if they said no, then at least I save my drink money and there's no confusion, because I get so confused.
One point, I'm reading this article about someone who says they have no regrets about sneating on Tinder. And it says, I didn't even feel the tiniest bit of guilt about letting Dan pay when I had no intention of seeing him again. He had a good job. Oh. He could afford it. And we had a great chat and a few laughs.
See, that kind of attitude is why we get in trouble and don't care about people.
I'd rather pay for my buddy's meal if that's what it's all about.
Exactly. At least that's your bud.
Yeah.
It's a guy cares about you. Yeah, I think we got to be better than that. Come on, Vicky, you got to be better than that.
I just said I don't do it.
I'm blaming you anyway. You know what? You're the only woman in here besides Danny. I'm blaming you.
That's fair.
Got a new survey of 2,000 Americans who looked at the most common holiday foods that we can't resist. Because we're getting close to that season, gang. Ooh. Oh, yeah. We're getting close to that holiday season. I will tell you about that. And actually, let me tell you about that later, because it is time for listeners on the loose. I should let people say what they got to say. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Listeners on the loose, your calls, your texts at 917 on the Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on the Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. Listeners on the Loose brought to you by the Shane Company. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. That's how you can get in touch with us. Talk about whatever you want to talk about, something new, something old. But do remember, Steve does have one rule.
That's to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Larry in Yakima, you are on the Rock.
Hey, BJ.
Hey, Larry, are you listening to us online on an app?
I'm on an app because I'm on Highway 12 right now.
Nice. Radio.com is the new app where you can catch us. Also, radio.com is where you can get us online as well. What you got for us today, Larry?
Well, I keep hearing you give Steve grief about the age difference between his wife and him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because his wife is still in high school. It's just not right.
She's been in high school for 10 years. She's not doing well in her subjects.
She really is. Yeah. Ever since she met Steve, she really just had a hard time with that senior year.
Keeps failing chemistry.
Well, my wife was only 2 years out of high school when we got together.
And how old were you? She's 2 years out of. She was 20. How old were you?
Well, it was 7 years ago, so I was 42.
You were 42 and married a 20-year-old. So 22-year-old age difference. Wow. 22-year age difference. That's impressive. Steve, how many years you got?
12.
Oh, you beat Steve by 10.
Well, yeah, but see, I beat Steve in another thing. I got a daughter turning 4 here at the end of the month.
Attaboy.
Damn, dude.
Girl.
And for my birthday, I get, hopefully it's a boy.
Another kid coming along. So you really you started in your mid-40s having kids.
No, actually, my wife is 3 months older than my oldest daughter.
Your wife is 3 months older than your oldest daughter. How does your oldest daughter feel about that?
She don't talk to me much about it.
Oh, that's too bad.
Really?
Yep. I got grandkids older than my daughter.
Whoa.
I got a 7-year-old grandson.
Damn, dude.
I'm having a hard time.
And a 4-year-old grandson.
How many kids do you have total?
Let's see here. The oldest one's 30. And I think I got 5 girls, and hopefully this one's a boy.
5 girls and a boy. So you just kept it going. And you were married for how long before?
First wife, 4 years. Second wife, 20 years. And now this one here is about a year and a half.
Damn, dude. Wow. You, I'll tell you, after 2 wives and kids, I could see going for the 3rd wife, but wanting to start another family, was that her idea or yours?
I always wanted a boy.
Oh, I see. So you never had this. And so when you got that,
are you going to keep going until you have a boy?
Yeah, but you're having
I never had a boy, but I had a Marine.
Oh, well, one of your girls became a Marine.
Yep, she's a Marine.
Good for her, man. Well, I tell you this. Were you disappointed when the 5th kid, because it was with the new wife, the 5th kid was a girl, were you like, God dang, because I think I would have stopped. I've been like, all I'm going to get is girls. I don't think I want to keep this going.
As long as it came out healthy. She's a healthy 4-year-old.
And you really can afford all this, huh, Larry? All these kids? Good for you.
Well, first 3 are already paid for.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hadn't thought about that.
So, as a young...
How old are you? Larry, how old are you?
49. I turned 50 in May.
So you married the first wife you married very, very young. You're younger than I am, and you seems like you've had more life than I've had. Damn.
Well, like I said, I drive trucks, so I'm currently tooling down the freeway, make a delivery.
See, that's how you get. See, that's why you can do
away
all
from
this.
them enough.
Yeah, that's how
he
you
gets his own time.
Yeah, if you lived in the house with those kids all the time, oh boy.
Well, no, she's a millennial, and she doesn't like the millennial boys.
Okay, well, good for you.
They kept dumping her and treating her like crap. So yeah.
Well, I'd be interested to see how long this goes, my friend. I mean, you know what? You got 2 kids.
We play some bets.
Yeah, I am placing some bets. Yeah. Well, he's had this is number 3.
I feel like this is the keeper.
You think this is the keeper?
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yep, this is the one.
Hey, you don't have any over-under? Nobody has an over-under on this? No? All right, well, Larry, good luck to you, my friend.
This one here's going to put me in the box. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Well, you know what?
Was that part of your vows?
That's it. Oh, Larry.
It should have been.
Yeah. Well, this is the call. This could be call of the day right here for Larry. Thanks, Larry. Appreciate the call. There goes Larry. How about that? 20 years difference, Steve. 22 years. He's got you beat.
That is impressive.
That's very, very. Can you imagine, Steve? So you were. Oh, so you're your age now, but I think
I
you're
was
pretty
34.
So
you're when we must have met.
And you're 44 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine now if you met her. That would be weird, I think. Would you think it's weird if you met her at the same age that she was when you met her? Would that be weird? Because that's what he just did.
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know how much more mature I've gotten in the last 10 years. I mean, maybe a little bit.
See, 34 doesn't seem like such a stretch to meet somebody in their 20s.
Yeah, you know, it would be... I feel like it would just be more awkward because of all the outside circumstances, like the daughter. I can understand how that's a little difficult. Probably parents, because then at that point you're a lot closer to the age of the parents than you are to the actual significant other. Yeah, and I think that would be really. I think you get past it, but at first it would be very awkward.
It would be awkward, yeah. We've known somebody that's had that situation where I think they were really close to the same age as the parents of the person they married. And, I suppose Sarah's told me, though, she said in no terms, she's like, it would be weird if you dated somebody my age.
Yeah, but at first it would be weird, but what if then you got to know the person, you realize the person's in it for the right reasons, they make your father happy, and you actually get along with that person, they also like boxed wine. Yeah. I mean, these are
Sarah's
things,
kind of a B, though. I mean,
you wouldn't even be willing. Sarah, come in here.
Yeah, Sarah's a B.
I'd have a hard time because my dad gets along with all the younger people, so for whatever reason he wasn't with my mom, I don't.
Yeah, your dad's cool and he has fruit snacks.
I know.
That's why the young people like him, and he's got a white van. He's a great guy.
Right. It's a white SUV. Get it right.
All right, fine.
It's just like I get somebody my age. I feel like it'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, it's weird at first, but don't you think you could get past it at some point? You wouldn't be willing to give that person. It's a human being. It's making your father happy.
Look at them both squirm, so they both would be upset. So even Vicky would give me a hard time if I started dating somebody their age.
If it was, years and years ago, if they've been broken up for a long time, I think when your parents are together for a very, very long time, you can't see them with anybody else.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I couldn't picture, Dad, you with anyone.
I'm doing it.
And to think about you with maybe like one of my friends or someone that could be my friend. It would be that one girl.
Yeah.
It makes me sick to my stomach. Even if I got along with them and they were like, hey, we should go out to the club. I'd be like, okay. But then in the back of my mind, I'd be like, you're going to go home. Yeah. And rail my father. Like, no.
Well, Sarah, come on. Help your father out.
Would you be okay with me, dating your dad, Steve, if for whatever reason?
I think that'd be hilarious.
If I was your stepmom.
That would be hysterical. Yes. That would be so hysterical.
And I would call you stepmom.
If Vicky became mom,
can you call me stepmommy?
I want this to happen.
It's weird.
Who do I got to pay for this to happen? For Steve to have Vicky as the stepmom? I will pay for this. I want this to happen.
Look, I just think, if my dad started dating you, I'd be like, this is really weird. Hey, it's a long-distance relationship, and he's a lot older.
Yeah.
But if he's happy and you're cool with it and everyone's happy...
See, that's the difference. You're a dude.
What are you going to do?
I don't think dudes would care that much about it as opposed to the daughters.
I'd give you both a hard time about it, probably forever.
Or what if it was like your buddy Munson, going out with your mom?
Well, he did try and hit on my aunt at my wedding. Well, okay. I thought that was awesome.
Let's be honest. Your aunt was really attractive.
She is, yeah.
Aunt's different than your mom.
She's like a mother to me.
Yeah.
But could you imagine Vicky coming over for Thanksgiving and your dad
cooking it and making you eat the right stuff?
Your dad and Vicky making out in the kitchen.
Well, who makes out? Nobody's making out at Thanksgiving.
Out in front of their kids.
Then you're doing it wrong.
My mom and dad are not making out.
Yeah.
Vicky's
it was Vicky.
That's
Vicky,
me.
Don't be doing that.
Oh, Vicky would be making out with your dad hardcore.
He's sitting on his lap while he's on his lazy boy with his legs up.
Yeah.
Massaging his feet.
With his GIMP mask on.
It's wrong.
He doesn't have a GIMP mask.
No, I get him one for
that
Thanksgiving.
I know of.
Yeah, well, yeah, Vicky.
He's dating me. He needs Gip mask.
That's a good point, Steve. Your father would be into bondage if it was with Vicky. And that would even be more disturbing to find out. Yeah.
Where's my mom involved in all this? Like, what is she
She's back
doing?
with Marv Albert, where she belongs. Where she really belongs.
As long as
Steve.
you get me tickets to a Knicks game when I go home, I'm okay with that.
Oh, man. All right. It is more listeners on the loose where you pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Your calls, your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Peter in Seattle, you are on The Rock.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Peter. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, BJ. So I'm going back to Maui in May.
Oh, I'm jealous.
And I'm going to check out the Little Beach.
Yeah.
And since me and you are in the same turtleneck club.
Oy.
Why did that happen? We need shirts made. BJ's Turtleneck Club.
How you would rock it, buddy? Would you rock it hood up or hood down?
I guess how hot is it going to be?
This is a disturbing question.
Whatever you
I would
do.
think if it's cold out, you keep the hood up, but if it's hot out, you might want to put the hood down.
Well, regardless, put sunscreen on it.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking down so I could kind of camouflage it and blend in with the crowd, you know?
Well, I guess, but I mean, there's people from everywhere that would be at that little beach, and I would imagine there's all types of turtles and people running around.
Or maybe you just need to do a little investigation while you're there and kind of start meat gazing and see what the majority of people have, and do the opposite.
Meat gazing and adjust it. I get
and
it.
do the
That's
opposite.
cool.
That way you stand out.
Oh, I see, Steve.
Yeah.
So you think you should, for the women that are looking for something different.
Right. Everyone's checking out the guys with the whatever, the up, down, or whatever. But, if you're something different, people are going to be a little bit more intrigued by that.
Or you know how right now all the ladies are dyeing their hair like the lavender, like the funky blues? I think you get one of those, but like a merkin, and just rock that. Get like a baby blue merkin.
Should I bring a magazine to get a little chop going?
Okay. Yeah.
I think you're fine without the magazine. I think you just do it en natural.
Yeah. Oh, that's even better.
Yes.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah,
And make sure the authorities are around while you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, Peter, look, you may, and also, it's more of a nudist colony vibe. I mean, I don't know how many super, super attractive women were there. Everyone's just hanging out. There's sometimes families there. It's not an arousing experience, what I remembered. I remember it was more like a hippie commune kind of a thing.
Right. I'm bringing my girlfriend with me, so.
Oh, well, at least you got somebody that's going to want to see you naked. That'll be nice.
How about you just do what she wants?
Oh.
Well, usually if I'm going out to dinner, I want to make sure my wife likes whatever outfit I'm wearing.
Oh, gotcha.
So, if she's happy, that'll lead to some happy adventures later on.
So, ask her if she wants hood up or hood down. That's a good call.
Ask her which one makes you look fat.
There you go.
That's the one.
Have a good day.
Do I look fat with my hood down?
Wow. I wasn't expecting that kind of phone call today.
No, I wasn't either, Steve. Thanks, Rev. Great job. Yeah. Let's go to Stefan in Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. Stefan, you are on The Rock.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the show, Stefan. And please do not talk about your penis. Thank you.
No, I was just curious what your guys' opinion was on these music award shows awarding artists that aren't in the rock genre and giving them the awards and everything like that. Because I remember somebody said that they agree with that. I don't remember who it was exactly. I just wanted to know their side.
It comes up whenever we talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, usually, at least with Steve and I, but we've kind of come to an agreement, haven't we, Steve?
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is more just like a music Hall of Fame, and they just use the term rock and roll. But I do think it's odd. I remember growing up thinking it was odd when Jethro Tull won Best Metal Performance at the Grammys when it should have been Metallica, and that was nuts. But I was watching, I think it was the American Music Awards that we usually would DVR them and then fast forward, and boy, man, we maybe last lasted through 2 performances. I think it took
Really?
us 20 or 30 minutes to watch an entire 3-hour American Music Awards. There's like 2 rockish bands. I wouldn't even call rock, but like 21 Pilots. I really like those guys. They were great. And then I think Panic at the Disco, and that was about it, if I remember correctly. But if memory serves me right, I think Taylor Swift won Best Rock Pop Performance or some pop rock performance.
Really?
And I guess the emphasis is on pop, but it was still kind of weird. There's not a lot of rock going on those award shows.
Does she have any guitars in her songs? Because I feel like a guitar.
There's drums.
Yeah, is drums what rock is these days? I always thought rock had to have a guitar in it in order for it to be in the rock genre. Am I crazy thinking that?
I don't think it's crazy to think that, but I think that they just have such a broad opinion on what these categories are. Probably also because right now, when you look at album sales, rock records aren't selling on the same level as pop records. So, they're figuring for ratings, why would we want to risk losing our audience, which I think it's dumb.
I will tell you this, Stefan. Hip hop itself, hip hop and rock have such a close connection. I mean, if you listen to AC/DC, I mean, you really can feel where they're not singing so much as they're just, in a way, it's rock rapping. I mean, and they're not the only band that has that vibe to them, but there's not a melody in the singing as there is a more of like you're being spoken to, which I think, which is why. You've got hip hop and rock kind of in a way being semi-related. How do you feel about that, Steve? I always felt that way about AC/DC.
No, I never felt that with AC/DC at all.
If you listen to Brian Johnson, the screaming of the song is not so much a melodious song like a sing-song thing. It's more like a rap to me.
I don't view it as a rap thing. I think it's just a different way of attacking a vocal line, but I never really got a rap vibe from it. At all.
Yeah, I feel like it's a semi-close relation, but maybe I'm just making that up. But the more I listen, I've been listening to AC/DC lately, and the more I've been thinking, wow, this. It made me think that Run DMC and Aerosmith wasn't such a crazy idea after all.
Mm-hmm. Because it did very well for both of them. It kind of revitalized Aerosmith's career.
Yeah, especially Walk This Way does have that kind of vibe for me as well. Even the original.
Yeah, but before you heard him rap it, I don't think anyone would have ever thought that it was a rap song.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a certain rhythm to how Steven Tyler sings that song, but he's still singing it. And then what Run DMC did was just grab it and remove the singy part of it all, but still deliver the lines in a similar fashion. But I would have never guessed in a million years that could have been turned into a rap song until it was.
All right, Stefan, there you go. That's our opinion. I don't know if it helped or not, but that's what we think.
What blows my mind is, you were right, Steve. Taylor Swift won the award favorite pop/rock album at the 2018 AMAs, but she beat out Drake and Ed Sheeran.
Oh, those are 2 great rock bands.
Right?
Really amazing rock bands.
The Drakes are the best. The Drakes. I love that band.
Stefan, how do you feel about it? I gather you're not a fan of this whole situation.
I'm not. I respect both genres. I respect all genres, honestly, because I'm just a musician. But, I've always grown up as like a hard rock and metal kid and everything like that. And just, I don't know, I feel like those genres of music have their own awards. And it just bums me out seeing, great rock and metal artists not getting any kind of recognition. And then their categories of music being awarded to, hip hop artists. And even if they're great, artists in their genre of music, that's great and everything. But it's like if somebody asked me, or if they told me they listen to rock, I'm not going to instantly jump, they must listen to Taylor Swift. I'm going to think other bands. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Love that great rock band, Taylor Swift. Appreciate the call, Stefan. You make some good points.
I think for a lot of rock bands would probably agree. It's nice to be, you think about the Pearl Jams and the Alice in Chains, and it's so funny whenever they put together those museums, even you could tell these bands don't really care about those accolades. It's not, you're not doing music. It's not a sport in a sense that you're not doing it to win this award. It's nice. It's a nice nod, and it's nice to be respected in that way. But I don't think any of them are really losing sleep over whether or not they get a Grammy or whether they get a American Music Award these days or not. That's not why they're in it. Which is nice to know that artists are in it for the art, not for the little trophy that some of these artists are getting. Whereas I think some of these pop artists, it's a bigger deal because, for whatever reason.
Yeah, this American Music Award thing, the AMAs, I've never really thought a whole lot of them.
No?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Grammys were the thing. To me, it's the Grammys, and that's it. Just like anything else besides Oscars, I really don't give a lot of credence to.
See, I view the AMAs almost like the People's Choice Awards.
Yeah.
For movies, you know what I mean? Where it's a little less artsy-fartsy, and it's a little more mainstream.
Yeah.
So I find them to be kind of fun, but this last one was a struggle to get through. There wasn't much going on.
Yeah, I and again, like the absence of rock, I think is a big part. For me, it's like it should be in there more than it is.
I think it will be eventually.
Yeah. I hope you're right, dude. I really, really do, because there's a lot of cool stuff going on in the genre of rock. So maybe it's just time for people to pay attention. That's all.
Yeah. It might take a minute, but I think there's so much great music out there. It's just unfortunate that in the eyes of pop culture, it doesn't get the same notice as Taylor Swift or the Drakes and
the Drakes. I love the Drakes.
And insert rapper with his face painted.
Yeah, you're right.
Tattoos.
Yeah.
Here. Now.
Childish Malone, whatever these people, whatever.
Childish
Malone. Yeah, Post Gambino, whatever their name is. Yeah, whoever these new kids are.
That's Young Malone.
Oh yeah,
and Little Gambino.
Yeah, actually, it's Post Malone.
Good job, you got it right.
Yeah.
Oh no way.
Yeah,
Jay.
Yeah,
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I thought you were being serious. All right, I thought I knew something for a minute. Never mind. Wow. For a minute, I thought I had it. I thought I had something on Steve, but I should have known better.
Go back to listening to your rap band AC/DC.
My rap band AC. Look, there's something there. You got to listen. I think they got copied and don't get credit for it. I really do.
In what world?
I think the way, like you said, they attack a vocal line. I think the entire world of hip hop. I think that the AC/DCs of the world and the bands were like them. We're doing that. We're doing it was the bridge. You know, with the bridge between what hip hop is now and whatever rock was. I really do think there's a bridge. Instead of singing a song, they attack that vocal line different, like you said. I think that's a bridge somewhere.
I don't know.
It could be a stretch on my part, but
I haven't heard a single rap group ever attribute AC/DC for getting them into hip hop.
They really should have done it.
I mean, maybe the drums have been sampled. I'm sure especially back in the day when sampling was just a Wild West free for all.
I'm just talking vocals. Yeah, as far as the music itself, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm a vocal guy. I just listen to those. The Bon Scott vocals, the Brian Johnson vocals. I go, I feel like I'm being rapped to by these guys a little slightly as opposed to being sung to. It could be me. Could be me just making it up. It's very possible. All right. Anyway, here's a question for you. What do Ryan Castle and American Cheese have in common?
Both influenced by AC/DC.
Both influenced by AC/DC. Yes. I'm going to tell you at 9:48 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. He's the drunk in charge. Now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and American Cheese have in common?
No culture.
No culture. Hey. Oh.
Also, not actually cheese.
Oh, no.
Oh, that makes this. Someone says Steve loves to put both on his meat.
Yeah, he does.
I like that cheese. It's processed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but to get it, you got to go through this whole process.
Good.
Someone says I like to chip my dip in both.
Ooh.
Or dip my chip in both.
I'll dip your chip for you.
It's about time we turn that around. And
I'll chip my dip.
Chips finally started getting chipped. Boy, that's hard.
Yeah, you know what? You and Ted on the FCC ought to try that one.
We had it right the first time.
Look, I don't know if you guys are going to like this, but American Cheese is kind of dying off. And it's again because of Vicky, Danny, and the rest of those millennials.
They want actual cheese?
They want actual cheese.
How dare you?
Yeah. Another 1.6% in sales dipping is supposed to be happening for American cheese. It's the average price down below $4 a pound for the first time since 2011. You know why these kids want their Asiago? That's what they want.
I bet Prodigy uses it in that garbage mac and cheese he makes.
That we'll never eat.
Yeah. Even McDonald's is using a different kind of version of cheese that doesn't have artificial preservatives.
Oh, really?
I mean, what's American cheese without artificial preservatives?
That's a good question.
What's Ryan Castle out of 12-pack? You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's all like the same thing.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Somebody wants to know what a squirrel sounds like, asking me. I haven't done a squirrel impression.
I was going to say, you haven't done a squirrel. I hope not.
No, not in this lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh, squirrel
all right, here we go.
Impression on a plane?
Here we go.
Oh,
What
'cause
is
it's
that?
flying.
It's the plane.
It's the airplane.
Oh, you're on the plane.
Plane.
Should have known because you put your arms up.
Yeah.
They were the wings. I should have realized
I
that.
have nuts in my mouth.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm flying.
Okay.
And I'm a squirrel.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Innovation, resilience, agility. It's how Michigan businesses continue to work together to make a difference now and shape the future. Join us and make your mark where it matters. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio.